We use new media technologies in construction and research and planning and evaluations. Through our A2 coursework, we have used new media technologies at the pre-production, production and post-production stages. At the stage of pre-production, we researched into the typical conventions of documentary and then followed, challenged and developed them in a way to help us create our documentary. For research and planning, we use technologies such as Postgres, which is the Web 2.0 technology, arrived in 2004. We use Postgres to organise all our planning materials, for example, flat plans, research into documentary, and also any analysis we did. Postgres is an interactive technology and links to the idea of two-way communication, as people can post and edit content on the blog. There are advantages and disadvantages of Postgres, but we found it was mostly disadvantages. We thought that it was a good way to keep everything organised, but it was also really slow, and the computer spyware often blocked it, so we couldn't organise anything properly. We use Microsoft PowerPoint to create an additional ideas presentation, which we will pitch to our class for feedback, and then we also created an ancillary task presentation about different magazine double-page spreads and newspaper adverts. We think that PowerPoint is a good way to create presentations that limits how creative you can actually be. For example, with transitions are quite boring. Microsoft Word is a good program to use as it's easy and time-saving because you don't have to handwrite anything, which makes editing a lot easier too. We designed our questionnaires using Microsoft Word. We thought it was good because it links with a printer which allows us to print as many copies as we need. After we created our questionnaire and got feedback, we converted our qualitative and quantitative data into pie charts using the online chart tool. This allows us to apply feedback to our initial ideas and help us decide what to create. Advantage of the online chart tool is that it gathers your data in a way that allows you to view it all in one place. However, the online chart tool is quite confusing to use and the end charts aren't very professional looking. When we have decided our idea, we make plot plans for our employee products and scan them onto the computer and post them onto our blog. The scanner is useful because it allows you to easily upload pictures which you have hand-drawn onto the computer. At the stage of production, we use many technologies to help us create our products. To start with, we use a Nikon SLR camera to take photographs of the function and the animals to upload to our blog. An advantage of the SLR camera is that they take professional photographs that are good quality. However, a disadvantage of them is that the focus on them is difficult to get right in manual mode, which we needed to use when taking photos of the animals. We also found that we should have used sport mode when taking the photos to get better quality as the animals were always moving. We then used a Samsung Mini DV camera to record our footage of the sanctuary and the animals. We found that the video camera was really good to use as the footage looked professional. However, because we were trying to take footage of moving animals, we couldn't use a tripod, which made our footage quite shaky. We used a handheld tripod to try and improve the quality, but it didn't really help. We tried to use a handy mic for recording the interview with Sarah, but unfortunately batteries ran out without us realising, so now we're recording. Therefore, we have learned to always check the batteries before switching on. When it came to creating our ancillary products, we used Adobe Photoshop Elements and Quark Express. We have previous experience with these programs of these in however this year we found them easy to use and we could create an even better product. We used Adobe Photoshop to create our newspaper bit, which we found quite easy, and we used Quark Express to create our magazine double-page spread. We found it hard to use Quark when we used Photoshop because Quark is a desktop publisher, which is for text, and Adobe Photoshop is an image manipulator, which is for images. We used Sound Effects website to find music for our documentary. We found this quite challenging because we need to find music that doesn't have copyright issues and matched our genre. We also struggled with downloading music as it was difficult to find out how. That's it. When we came to create our documentary and edit our footage, we used Adobe Premiere Pro CS3. We had never used this program before, so we found it quite complicated to start with. We needed a lot of help with effects cutting and positioning our coverage. The closest program we have used to Adobe Premiere is Luminous Movie Maker, which is really easy to use, but doesn't allow you to be as creative as it is not as professional. The non-linear editing software has allowed us to edit the footage. The most popular edits we did were split edits, which split the video and audio footage at different times, and cutaways. To cut up the footage, we used the razor tool, which allowed us to cut the footage wherever needed. We also used the in and out point on the monitor window to cut footage also. Adobe Premiere allows us to edit footage on a timeline, which has enhanced our knowledge of layering various video and audio footage far superior to Movie Maker from last year. To make our evaluation, we used technologies which were already familiar to us. For example, to ask our draft questions, we used Microsoft Word. And then when we came to filming, we used a Samsung Mini DV camera and a handy mic to improve the sound quality. When editing, we used Adobe Premiere Pro like we did at the stage of production. We found it easy to use and as we knew how to do it.